Speaking of good players, spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Triton, our red Zerg player for Triumphant Song Gaming, it is Solar. And his opponent on the lower right-hand side, the blue Zerg player for the Afrika Freaks, he is Armani. There's another anime grill. Oh no, boom. No one can rival the Chicken Man cosplay. I don't know that that's true. I feel like I'm kind of like budget cosplay. You know what I mean? I'm budget cosplay over here. I'm a retired secret agent. That's what it is. 00 chicken. Secret chicken man. Secret chicken man. Hope you're doing well out there, Boom. I love casting for exposure. Absolutely. Absolutely. Definitely my favorite thing to do. But let's get into the game. Let's focus on the game a little bit. All right. We've got Hatch Gas Pool. Now that we've focused on the game, not really much else to talk about there. Completely mirrored builds. Very, very standard. Imagine we'll see Baneling nests going down soon. Third bases. Things of that nature. You're not supposed to use any copyrighted images and emotes. You should be making your own image. So unless you are the creator of the game logo, I would say likely not. I'm sure there's rules on it though. You should check them out. So it looks like Armani going for the evolution chamber. No Evo chamber just yet for Solar. So we'll see if he wants to go for the aggressive. No. As I'm saying it, there you go. Puts down the Evo chamber just a little bit later. Ooh, it's gonna be +1 melee though out of Armani. Interesting choice. And no lair. So this may be aggression out of Armani here. I think Armani may be planning on a big swell of Ling Bane. Oftentimes, if the +1 melee is paired with a lair, that's going into Spire, but melee and no lair? You have missile attacks coming out of Solar here. So he's going to be going into Roaches. Oh, we do have the lair out of Armani. As the Ling gets in, the lair starts. And a Roach Warren going down. Are those fakes, though? I'm somewhat suspicious here that those might be fakes, and we may see a lot of Ling Bane pressure coming out of Armani. I don't know. It's hard to tell what's going on here. This lair is going to finish though, so it doesn't look like Armani's going to be putting on too much pressure here. Guess the lair was just a little later than I expected, so gonna instead definitely go for that Spire. Now the question is, will Solar be able to sniff that out? I imagine if he's paying attention, he might notice that these Lings are trading all a little too nicely. When he's actually getting pneumatized Carapace. So he should be able to get these overseers in to see just about everything. Queens, I'm not sure if queens damage overseers or if overseers healing actually outdoes the queen's damage to them, because it feels like queens do no damage to overseers. Oh, he's not scouted it just yet though. In the meantime, there's a bit of an attack here. +1 melee lings, pretty good against roaches, but not gonna be quite good enough. Drone's getting pulled. Oh, look at all these drones at literally 1 hit point. A bunch more lings make it into the natural base though. Gonna kill the queens that were there, and there's no queen in the main. Oh, drones, you do not want to fight +1 melee zerglings. Solar perhaps now realizing that it is +1 melee. Finally, the lings get cleaned up. Solar is still up on workers though. After all that, Armani just at 54. But he's got 11 mutas and +1 flyer attacks on the way. Solar making a counter spire. I don't know if he knows about the mutas yet. I mean, he knows now. I guess maybe it's for corruptors. Oh yeah, he must know, because there's spore crawlers going down in every base. And the spire coming up. Mutas taking care of the overlords out on the map. Really crushing Solar's vision here. Solar does want to send another overseer out though, and they are speedy overseers, should be able to keep away from those mutas pretty nicely. Muta's starting to get some damage done though. 2 queens and a spore, that'll be enough to keep them away for now, but yeah, gonna wait for those corruptors to get out. 9 corruptors on the way. Armani does not know that this is the response. So if he sticks around too long, he might take some damage from these corruptors. But getting some good damage though, killing these queens, those 2 queens, out of range of the spore. Keeping his gas mining down. Armani also looking to hit with the lings, but should be a good amount of roaches. Oh no, the roach is just out of position. The lings completely get into the main base. Corruptors fighting against the mutas, that is not what Armani wants. He's going to run away with those, but the lings in the meantime doing so much damage. Dropping Solar's worker count down as Armani takes a 4th base, drones up back at home, making more mutas. Sitting pretty. Solar's supply though is higher, and that's in favor of the roaches. He has a lot of roaches here, and those are going to win on the ground against just a bunch of lings, even when they get that +2. I still think these roaches have a good chance of winning the fight. And that's a ton of corruptors. That's almost too many corruptors. We have corruptors coming out of Armani now. Armani does have the air upgrade advantage. So if Armani's able to even get close in the air count, should be in a good spot. Solar droning up a little bit more. Is going to want a 4th base soon though. Armani definitely outmining him right now. But here you go. Solar decides to move out a little bit. No. Alright. Not yet. Waiting for more roaches. I think this is a smart decision right now. It's just lings, mutas, and corruptors, and I think even if Armani wins the air battle, the roaches should be able to get enough damage done in the meantime. Oh, there are so many corruptors here. Lings are going to come and go for the surround. Some of these roaches a bit off to the side, but they will kill all of those lings as they come in. And again, here you go. The roaches doing a lot of damage. Corruptors fighting corruptors. Solar will win that battle. But in the meantime, these roaches kind of doing nothing and getting killed by the mutas. Solar, though, does not have a fourth base. He desperately needs to do damage here, so he's going to leave a couple of roaches there. Lings coming in. When the roach number is very small and the Lings can get good surface area, that +2 really shows itself. Absolutely crushing through. Corruptors are winning the battle right now. If he focuses down the mutas, it'll make these roaches so much more powerful. It's just going to be the Lings fighting against him now, and he doesn't even need to do that. Solar has won that battle in the sky, and the roaches have won on the ground. Solar takes game number 1. GG. Good game from both of those guys. It felt very back and forth. The mutas seemed to be a big bit of a surprise to Solar, but he had just enough time to prepare. But the Lings got a lot of damage done that game for Armani. He didn't really have anything to follow it up. Ling Muta is quite good, but he didn't have any further tech, and when he lost the air battle, it was just Lings against roaches. First time you see Corruptor versus Corruptor in a pro game. I've definitely seen that before, but it is a bit rare. It's one of those weird things where you end up with the Muta player gets a few Corruptors, so the Corruptors don't just straight win. But then the Corruptor player makes more Corruptors. Like in that game, Solar just had way more Corruptors than Armani could handle. But the roaches ended up beating the Lings. I feel like that was the real story. Like the air battle ended up kind of being a wash. I think the biggest aspect of the air battle is that a lot of those mutas ended up just fighting Corruptors for a while, and they really needed to be fighting the roaches. Armani was trying desperately to get the mutas to fight the roaches, but he needed at some point to kill the Corruptors. He just didn't have enough to do it. So nicely played there by Solar, realizing he was in a bad spot, and instead of taking a fourth, trying to macro up, he said, nope. Nope. I'm just going to go kill you with a bunch of roaches. Solar is really good at knowing when to go kill his opponent with a bunch of roaches. Anyways, we're spawning into World of Sleepers, where we have in the upper right-hand corner for Triumphant Song Gaming, our red Zerg player, Solar. And his opponent in the lower left-hand corner for the Afrika Freaks in the blue, Armani. Yeah, so boom, I guess if you made like a, I don't know, I feel like game logos as emotes is not the way to go. Any copyrighted work, unless you were trying to do a parody of it, I would say don't go for it. It ain't worth it. I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. Excuse if you guys, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but excuse the coffee maker noises. It is now 5:30 in the morning here, and time for some coffee. We started late, and we're ending early. It's crazy. This may be the last series, or second to last series I'm casting today. Winner of this plays Trap. Yeah, I think we'll cast one more. Series after this. Hopefully we get to. It's tough too. There's so many casters at some point. There's not enough space for everybody in the lobby. That's kind of a rough thing. Mirrored builds once again, for the most part here. Yep, nothing crazy. There's more Lings coming out for Solar than there was for Armani, but it's only 2 Lings, so don't think it's gonna do that much. And yeah, everything's dead even. Third base is going down at like exactly the same time. And now Armani's getting out those 2 lings. Hound, you're not shadow banned. I literally said hi to you earlier when you came in. I've responded to things you've said. I don't understand. There's a 2-minute delay, so I'm not going to respond to every chat comment, but... You ain't banned in my chat, not yet. Main nest coming up. Evo chamber, again, a little bit earlier here for Armani. So looking very similar to last game. And we'll see if Armani wants to go for that +1 melee into Muta style once again. Got a bit of a Ling skirmish here. So we're sending some Lings and Banes across the map. Alright, nice Ling connection, or Bane connection there for Armani. Send Solar packing. Oh, Sling will get into the main, and we'll see that the lair is on the way. Lair on the way for Solar as well. No Evo chamber for Solar though. But there's no upgrade coming up for Armani, so guess it doesn't matter. Solar is just making a ton more Lings. I don't know if that's just for defense against a counterattack. Alright, Bane goes down. Armani's not going to be able to stick around too long. Ooh, although he gets a surround on that queen. Solar not paying attention. Gets that queen. A couple Banelings going into the main mineral line, or the natural mineral line. Doesn't really get a connection there. Looks like Solar is held on. Losing that queen is... that's rough though. It's not ideal. Alright, both the lairs have finished. Oh, it's going to be Nidus for Solar. He's going to Ling Nidus him? Or maybe he'll Lings at the front, Banes at the back. Here Armani is stuck in the middle with you, with us. Alright, just more Ling skirmishes. Again, no upgrades or anything. Armani going for Spire. I don't think Solar's game plan is to let him stick around that long. Alright, big Ling run by in the main base. And here comes the Nidus. A few Lings gonna go attack on that Nidus. Ling's trying to defend the Nidus. Yeah, it looks like these Lings should get the Nidus kill. There's queens out front though. They can get the transfuse off, and they do. Nidus now up in the main base. Solar trying to flood some Lings down. This main base completely forfeit. The Spire is almost up though for Armani. If he can get that Spire up, he can be in a really good spot. Hold positioning against Banelings, not ideal. Ooh, those Banelings take out the building Banelings that were on the ramp. There's no more Banes here to handle this. Another Nidus coming out, but there's no Banes in that Nidus. Here's a Baneling. This building Banelings was really hoping all those drones would stick around, but no such luck. Queens are still standing strong though on the ramp. Surrounding a morphing Baneling with drones, it's dangerous. Drones are fighting, but that's gonna be it. Armani losing too many drones. Has to tap out, and Solar takes a quick second game.